sat in handcuffs and asking me what I know her. So you must have something to say that I know her. I don't know if my family's going to be alright still. But they threatened to take my family away from me.
Welcome back to my channel. So I'm going to be talking about the Met police officer Wayne Couzens, who murdered Sarah Everard. He was sentenced to life behind bars for the kidnap, rape and the murder of Sarah. The judge told Couzens that he would die behind bars and he would not be considered for release. Sarah's family is grieving and they said that the world would be a safer place with him imprisoned. Now, what really happened? Couzens, he used his Met police warrant card and he handcuffed 33-year-old Sarah as she walked home from a friend's house in Clapham in South London. This was on the evening of March the 3rd. It would have taken her 40 minutes from her friend's house to her house. I cannot begin to imagine what her friend is going through at this time. Couzens is actually a firearms police officer and he worked on COVID-19 patrols earlier in the year, and this was one of the reasons why he could convince Sarah that she was breaching lockdown rules and he pretended to arrest her. The judge, Justice Fulford, said that the circumstances of the case are devastating, tragic and wholly brutal. She said that Sarah was just a blameless victim. She said that Couzens was hunting for a lone female to kidnap and rape, and indeed, that was what he was doing. He saw that this woman was alone. There were few people on the road, if any, because we can see the streets, practically no one there. And then he arrested her. This is him hiring a vehicle, which he used for the arrest. People who went by and saw Sarah and this police officer speaking just thought that he was, an undercover police officer and that she had done something wrong. They had no idea that this was a woman who was going to be killed. They say that he was showing something to her. We do know that that thing that he was showing to her was his warrant badge. So he was basically saying, I'm a police officer. I'm going to arrest you for moving around during the COVID-19 pandemic or whatever he was saying to her. He handcuffed her and he put her in the back of his car. He then took her on an 80-mile journey and he went to Dover. Then he transferred her into another car. He raped her, and then the next day he was seen buying coffee. Then he bought petrol, that's fuel, 2 days later, and he burnt her. Sarah's family says that is just like, this was just it for them. Like, they never had the opportunity to see their daughter. At the end of the day, he killed her, but then burning her was just another level of brutality. He then made a call to his vet after 1 hour of burning her body. Listen to this man.
Yeah, I was wondering if I could book my dog in for the vet so I can have a discussion about issues, please.
After this, he went to his B&Q. If you're in the States, this is like where you buy building materials and stuff. He bought builder's bags and he used that to transport her body to the pond. It was at the pond that her body was found. I got this drawing from ITV of what happened in court. You can see Couzens face down. He refused to look up, but Sarah's family insisted that he look at them so that he could see, what he has done to them. The judge said that the evidence gathered against Couzens was unanswerable with no credible innocent explanation for it, with the officer attempting to minimize his true responsibility when he was questioned by police officers. As you would see, he was being questioned by his colleagues and you can see his demeanor. He just looked like he wasn't so bothered about it and like he knew the tricks of the trade, so he would just pose questions to them as well. The family said that they are immensely grateful to police and lawyers who brought Couzens to justice, and they said that losing Sarah is overwhelming. They said, we miss her all the time. She was a beautiful young woman in looks and character, and our lives are the poorer without her. We remember all the lovely things about Sarah, her compassion and kindness, her intelligence, her strong social conscience, but we especially like to remember her laughing and dancing and enjoying life. We hold her safe in our hearts. What do you think about this? I think that this is really, really sad, and I wanted to see what the police would say. So the Met Police Commissioner, Dame Cressida Dick, said that she recognized the precious bond of trust has been damaged following the murder of Sarah by a police officer who has brought shame on the Met. She was at the Old Bailey. If you don't know, the Old Bailey is a criminal court. She said, I am absolutely horrified that this man used his position of trust to deceive and to coerce Sarah, and I know you all are too. I mean, a lot of people felt betrayed. Look at the pictures of people hit in the streets, even with the coronavirus pandemic. People were not bothered about keeping your distance. A lot of people went there just to demonstrate peacefully, but we all know how that turned out. But women are left feeling vulnerable, and this man actually has a history of dealing with women in a certain way. I don't have all the facts, so I don't want to state what they are, but this is not the first time that he has done things in the Met Police that has caused for eyes to be raised. Isn't this just really, really sick? The Police Federation said that Couzens was an absolute disgrace to the police service. John Apter, National Chair of the Police Federation of England and Wales, said, the predator is an absolute disgrace to the police service, and I am totally ashamed that he was ever a police officer. I am proud to carry a warrant card, but this vile individual's abuse of that authority has cast a shadow on all those who work within policing. He has brought disgrace to our uniform. The way he took advantage of Sarah's trust makes me sick to the stomach. I do know that a lot of people talk about the police did this, the police did that. And I know that when this happened, even people that I know personally were saying, oh, the police are no good at this. No, they are good police officers. At the end of the day, we know what happened with George Floyd, but they are still good police officers. And I've had the privilege of having 2 police officers in my family. And I do know that there are people who protect people, who stand for people's rights, and they believe in justice. So I would say do not lose faith in the police. Her family, Sarah's family, are quite happy how this has ended. Doesn't bring Sarah back, but the fact that justice has been served as much as it can be served by a court of law is quite promising. Anyway, I'll see you in my other videos. You take care. Do not forget to like, to subscribe, and I would bring you more videos shortly. Bye for now. Delphine. Bye.